Hi YouTube, this is Hamelo330, aka Dr. Henna. I'm back, and I just wanted to cover, I guess, my experience with heat damage, and what the signs of heat damage are. I just got done watching some videos about, actually I was looking at one of my videos about, what was I talking about? I guess I was talking about like damage in general, like heat training or something like that. Anyway, but I realized, there's some important things that I learned from dealing with heat. And I've seen different videos where people talk about the changes in their hair since using heat or heat training, and they talk about it like it's a good thing. They mention how they've noticed loosening of their texture. That's damage. I mean, even though you like the change, or you may not like the change, in that case, of course you're quick to call it heat damage. But if you notice a loosening in your texture, that's heat damage. Now, the extent to which it is damaged will vary. Like if you have type 4 hair, or and it loosens a little bit after using heat, you may be less prone to be upset with the change in your texture. I don't know, it depends, everybody's different. But I know when my hair on top is more wavy, it's the loosest texture on my whole head, like up here, and I get this more uniform texture by two-strand twisting my hair. But anyway, so like I heat damaged my hair back in 2011, summer of 20. I think it was August of 2011. I'd cut off about almost 4 inches of hair, and even then I wasn't sure if I had gotten it all. So I'm glad I grew all of that out, but it was just crazy because I wet my hair after blow drying it, and I didn't know what I was doing. One, don't do that. Don't just blow dry your hair because you're bored, because that's what I did. And I didn't even have a plan for what I was going to do when I blow dried it. I just wanted to do something with my hair. At that point, 2011, that's 2 years. I was almost 2 years into my hair journey. So I had a significant amount of hair, and I'm not even sure if I had trimmed my hair yet. If I had, it was like maybe once. And but yeah, so I cut off 4 inches. That's almost a whole year's worth of growth. So that set me back. But my hair, when I got it wet after that blow drying experience, I mean, it just was like dry straw. It was yeah. Even after wetting it, my hair is wavy, like I said on top. So that was the result of the heat damage. It loosened my texture, but it wasn't like a pretty loosening of my texture. It wasn't like my waves got bigger. It just got nasty looking. It was just it didn't have any real texture to it anymore. And it wasn't like it was silky straight either. That would have been different if it was just straight and looked somewhat decent, but it looked like dry straw, or like dry grass or something. It wasn't, but but loosening of the texture is one. But I mean, that's what most people look for when they think of heat damage. Some of the things that they don't realize are heat damage is if you notice that the porosity of your hair changes. And by that I mean, if before you had, well, let me just say it like this: if you notice that your hair absorbs product or water a lot quicker, a lot easier, that's because you have increased porosity. Meaning that it absorbs things. It has more holes in it, basically, in the cuticle. It means that you damage the cuticle, which is the outer layer of your hair, right? You know, when we talk about moisturizing and then sealing the hair, we're talking about sealing the cuticle, closing the cuticle, and to seal in the moisture inside of the hair. Um, you know, so if you've damaged the cuticle, there's chips and holes or whatever in your cuticle, so that even if you do close the cuticle, you've got holes and chips in it. So of course it's going to let in more moisture, but that also means that you're not going to be able to hold in the moisture as easily either. So that's damage. You may think, oh, it was so hard for my hair to absorb product before, and now, you know, after heat training my hair, I can, you know, the product absorbs so much better. And well, trust me, you're not gonna like it as this progresses, because if you can't keep moisture in your hair's gonna be a lot more prone to breakage. It's gonna dry out easier, and you're just gonna wear your hair out, because you end up exposing the hair follicle to UV ray damage from the sun, and it's going to be exposed to the elements, pollutants in the air, to everything, because it doesn't have that protective barrier, that outer layer, the cuticle, protecting it as well. So, I mean, I don't know how I can say that any other way. I just thought that was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when I heard people saying like, oh yeah, my texture changed, and it's so much easier for me to detangle, and my hair absorbs product so much better, and blah blah blah, whatever. And I was like, that's heat damage. You're talking about, you know, damaging the protein structure of your hair when you talk about changing the loosening of your texture, and you're also talking about increased porosity when you talk about how easily your hair gets wet or absorbs product. Now that's heat damage. You know, split ends. You know, you may not be able to see it unless you're looking for it, especially if your hair is curly or tightly coiled or whatever. But split ends result, you know, from heat damage too. So I don't know. I just want to put that out there. I'm like staying away from heat now, because I discovered African threading. Well, I shouldn't say I discovered it. It's like, you know, white people saying they discovered, you know, North America when there's people already there. Anyway, but I learned about African threading from Girls Love Your Curls on YouTube. It's also known as Ghana plaits or Ghana braids. So yeah, and you can get your hair like a blown out effect without using any heat at all, just using some weave thread. So anyway, I was like, I'm never using heat again, at least not for the foreseeable future. And most of my styles, I don't really have the need to use heat, really, anyway. I don't know what to do with straight hair in the first place. So anywho, this right here is just a twist out. Today is like day 5, I guess, of my twist out. I still got a lot of definition, but this is like my second week of not washing my hair. So, because I wore my twists for a week, and it looked kind of like a twist out anyway, because I got my hair wet, and my twists started to unravel a little bit, but they curled. Because you see how my hair is curly. So it looks kind of like a twist out, but then I was like, wait a second, let me take this hair out, and let me take the twists out, and then, you know, wash my hair and detangle all that stuff. And then when I took it out, I was like, oh wait, this hair looks way too good for me to I know it's old, but it looks all this definition and everything, and it was still moisturized. You know, I was like, there's no way I can wash my hair in good conscience. But I know you need a clean scalp for healthy hair. So after 2 weeks now, it still feels good. You know, it feels moisturized. but I just got it wet today, so it kind of blew up a little bit. But my nighttime maintenance, like I went most of this week without any water in my hair. I actually just used some coconut oil to moisturize my hair. So, anywho, yeah, you can see I still have tons of definition, and it's tempting not to wash my hair again, but I got scared of going more than 2 weeks without detangling because, it's not pretty. But I do have a magic pill for that, for detangling, and I'll be sharing that with you guys at some point soon. Yeah. So, anywho, what else? Oh yeah, my name Gemelo330 is Spanish. It looks like Gemelo. Gemelo is means twin. I have a twin sister, and 330 is my birthday, March 30th. So, just in case you guys were wondering where that name came from, and I still get questions about my name, like calling myself Dr. Henna, is because I love henna. I have a science background, and yeah. Anywho, yeah. So hopefully you all won't suffer from heat damage like I did. If you do, AlphaG 2-step protein reconstructor. Oh, this is still twisted. Is really really good. You know, you can use eggs and mayonnaise if you want to, but if you have serious heat damage like I did, you want to get something like that, like the AlphaG, because that's a strong protein treatment. And while it was on my hair, I could see my curls reforming. The hair that wouldn't curl anymore or have any pattern, it started to recurl. So I was like very impressed with it. It lasted about 6 weeks, because there's no way to truly repair heat damaged hair. There's just no way. It's really akin to, think of like, a street with potholes in it, and you think of that as the hair, the protein in your hair, the pavement, and potholes are damage to the cuticle, or damage, not even to the cuticle, no, I'd say damage to the protein in your hair, from the wear and tear, let's say heat, right? Well, the only way to really repair the road is to knock it out and put down new pavement, to new concrete, which is the same thing as cutting off the hair and regrowing it. Now they can patch it up with the tar or whatever that stuff is, the black stuff, the tar that they put down, but that wears out and they have to put some more down. Same thing with the protein treatment. Any protein treatment that you do is only going to be temporary because it's not a part of the original protein of your hair, so it's going to eventually come out, plain and simple. I hope that kind of cleared that up, but yeah, you can keep doing that until you're ready to cut that heat damaged hair off, because that's the only way you're really going to repair that hair. But anywho, so yeah, I need to stop playing with my hair. So I'm gonna get off this video, alright? Bye.